Hey everyone, how are you doing? My name is John Crump, and this is John Crump News, and we have some good news out there for everyone. This is a follow up to a story that I did a couple years ago,
Ooh.
and about a woman that's her life has been through hell. Today we're going to talk about exactly what is going on, and also the underhanded stuff that happened. So, without further ado, we are going to jump into it. All right, all. This is a little bit different story than what we were doing. A couple years ago, I reported on a woman named Latoya Crabbe, who I talked to her mom a lot. Uh, good, very good person. I'm going to break down what happened and everything else. So there was a guy named Curtis who was formerly married to Latoya Crabbe, who is a doctor and a member of the public health service. She's like a lieutenant commander, and her ex-husband came and said that he was going to come over and hurt her and kill her and her mom and everything else. So she, as any reasonable person would do, went out and purchased a firearm for self protection. And that's a good thing that she did because because he showed up at her house, and there was a scuffle. He attacked her basically, and she shot and killed him, thinking, oh my God, it just saved my life. She called the police. The police came, and this area is Manassas, Virginia, which is kind of, the prosecutor there is very anti-gun. Uh, Investigated, but the prosecutor in the area decided to go ahead and try to prosecute her for murder.
Now, John, can I ask a question about the setup and the situation? So she was living at her mom's house with her kids?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, she was, because she's separated from her husband. So the prosecutor, one of the evidence that they said is, we have evidence to show that you deleted footage from your Ring camera. You reloaded, and the reloading part is different because she had a 10+1. And when she emptied the magazine, she fired 11 shots because it's a 10+1, right? She had one in the chamber, which she said she did. So when they checked the magazine, there was one bullet left, and he was shot 10 times. So they're like, this is in Virginia, Kurt. So they were like, oh, you must have reloaded a single round into a magazine, which is kind of crazy, right?
Why would you reach for the most complex explanation when the simplest explanation makes complete sense?
Why would she reload a single round in the magazine?
Right.
Right. That's one thing. Another thing is, they claimed all the way up until a few weeks ago that they had proof that she deleted Ring footage. And she was like, I never deleted Ring footage. Well, a few weeks ago, they came back and go, oh, we were mistaken. There was
Wait,
no Ring footage deleted.
John, can I add something? You left an important part out. They kept asking her to plead.
Yeah, we're going to get to that. When he came over, she had a laptop. So she was like, this is going to be bad because he just broke into my house. I'm going to record just to make sure that I had this documented, so we can, if something happens, they know who did it, right? So originally they took the laptop, and originally they said, oh, we can't find the laptop, we can't recover the data on the laptop. It's no good. So they were like, we're going to offer you a plea deal. If you plead, to second-degree murder. We won't charge you with first-degree murder. She's like, I was a victim of domestic violence. He broke into my mom's house, which I'm living with my kids. He threatened to kill us when he showed up, and he unsuccessfully tried. Luckily, I was armed and was able to fight back. So she refused over and over again for this plea deal. 6 days, the trial was supposed to start on Monday. 6 days before the trial, they said, oh, we found the laptop and we got the video. And it does show self-defense, so we're dropping the charges.
The heck? So this is a case where the prosecutor wanted a win, period, and was gerrymandering to get that win no matter what.
Well, you're trying to get her to cop to a plea deal by saying, well, we don't have the laptop anymore.
And if I recall correctly, the prosecutor was female.
Yeah.
So
very anti-gun.
So it didn't matter that a woman was getting abused and defended herself. It mattered that I hate guns and anybody that uses them.
Correct.
Wow.
So 6 days before the trial, the laptop and the files that showed the self-defense magically reappeared.
What is it called when the prosecution has to share all of the evidence with the defense?
Discovery, but they couldn't just share it in Discovery because they didn't know where it was and couldn't access the files.
How convenient. That woman should rot in hell.
Yeah. But after
the
that,
prosecutor, that is. I want to be very clear.
For 2 years, Latoya was tied up and she was prosecuted maliciously. And I'm saying that she was prosecuted maliciously.
Yes.
I do not for a second believe that they didn't have the laptop with the evidence. I think they were trying to get a win and they thought they were going to be able to get her a plea deal. But she refused the plea deal over and over again because she was innocent. And now with the video showing that she was innocent and it was self-defense, there was no reloading, there was no deleting of the ring footage as they claim, that they had no other choice but to drop the case.
This at a minimum should end that prosecutor's career.
So they had to say, whoops, we were mistaken. Our bad. We now have evidence to show that it was clearly self-defense. It wasn't like, according to reading the court documents, it wasn't like, oh, it could have been construed as self-defense. It's a clear-cut case of self-defense.
The total tragedy of this is these kids have lost a father. And, the mother took his life in self-defense, which is justified. But now that their mom may go to jail for a very long time, and the kids are a young age.
Yeah, the kids are a young age. Well, she's not going to go to jail because all the charges were dropped. She is walking free. But if you notice, there is a give and go in the description. And the reason why is her legal defense was very, very expensive.
The heck?
And she's still in debt. And she has not been able to work because instead of standing by their officers in the Corps,
we've never seen that before, huh?
They decided, hey, we're not gonna. The Corps decided to cut her. But, hey, you can't work here. So she's been out of work.
Oh my gosh.
She has all these legal bills.
Wow.
Now, I suggested that they file a lawsuit. I'm not sure if they're going to do that or not, but I think they have a good case to file a lawsuit against the prosecutor's office. The prosecutor herself, unfortunately, they have something called qualified immunity. And this is one of the reasons why I've always been against qualified immunity. In fact, I switched Rich's opinion on qualified immunity because of cases like this.
I was just going to bring that up. You sold me on qualified immunity being bad. And realistically, if you're doing your job and you're doing your job properly, that's fine. And the United States was formed under the concept it's better to let 99 guilty people free than prosecute and convict one innocent person. And this is not what they're practicing.
Exactly. But the prosecutor, like yesterday, asked for the charges to be dropped, and it was granted.
Wow. That's not enough. That's absolutely not enough.
And what we always say about process, what do we always say about the process?
The process is the punishment.
The process is definitely the punishment.
Do we have a dollar amount on the legal costs?
I don't have an exact dollar amount, but from watching this, it's probably in the 6 digits.
And what a horrible, horrible thing. I mean, that realistically could ruin your financial future forever.
100% it can. 100% it can. Now she has to rebuild her life.
So, I mean, look, being unemployed it's like, hey, why do you have this employment gap? Well, I killed my husband and I was prosecuted for it. It's like, okay, don't let the door hit you on the butt on your way out. GOA needs to hire her as a spokesperson or something. I don't know. I mean, something.
Yeah, but thank God that she did have that gun, though.
Or one of these, carry insurance companies need to hire her as a spokesperson.
Yeah, think about this. She had the gun to protect herself, right?
Mm-hmm.
The prosecutors saw the messages where he said, "I'm going to come over and I'm going to kill you." They had all that information, but they chose to ignore it and said there was no evidence that he was actually going to do that.
In Florida, the cops would just take your name and phone number, ask to see your driver's license, and tell you have a nice day.
Well, it's not really the cops that did it. It was the anti-gun prosecutor.
Wow.
They don't, honestly, they don't want you to be able to defend yourself.
But and that's we advocate for people to have guns for self-defense and protection. It's what equalizes women against men.
Exactly, because who knows what would have happened to her, her kids, her mom, and everything else.
Or protects the newly freed slaves against the Democrats.
Correct. Yeah. Yeah, her work reputation. Yeah, exactly.
Oh my God. And what a horrible, horrible thing. What I really, my heart goes out to this lady.
And her husband had a criminal record, a violent criminal record too.
And the guy's a doctor?
No, she was a doctor.
She was a doctor.
Her ex-husband was not a doctor.
Oh, okay. All right. I misunderstood as you were telling. Oh, wow. That's a hell of a story. And, between her mom, her kids, all of that, that's a lot of torture. And this has been going on for years. I mean, I remember the story very vividly. I didn't know it was multiple years.
Yeah, I've been, because what they kept on doing is doing superseding indictments. We know that drill.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
What they do is they wait right up to the moment of trial, then they do a superseding indictment, which restarts the clock. And one of the strategies behind that is to try to get somebody to plea bargain.
Wow. What a horrible, horrible, she had the sword of Damocles over her for a number of years. And I mean, still they exacted a financial toll because the process is the punishment. The legal costs are extreme.
Yeah, it's not cheap. It's definitely not cheap.
And I almost want to say justice has been served, but it hasn't. Partially served. It, and it just, I, I really, if it was just this lady was anti-gun, but it seems like the critical evidence was missing,
The critical evidence was missing.
and it doesn't seem logical that all of these things would be true.
Yeah, the critical evidence was missing. They misspoke when they said they had when they said that they had evidence of the ring footage being deleted. They tried to put that. Oh, it was a misunderstanding when Ring said the footage doesn't exist. We thought they meant that it was deleted.
Wow.
But they actually meant there wasn't ring footage. So yeah. What I think is that these prosecutors, they want to get a win so bad that they don't care about anything about justice.
Yep.
When I was a little pre-law student, I wanted to be a prosecutor because, like, oh, these are the good guys. The defense attorneys are the bad guys. But then I realized that's not the case, and it kind of soured me on the whole law thing, and I stopped being pre-law because of that.
Crumpy, you'd be a brilliant attorney.
I don't know about that.
I know brilliant attorneys that think so.
Yeah. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, but every attorney I know says, "Would you become an attorney again?" They're like, "No."
Oof.
It's an unforgiving life. But I think some of these prosecutors, they care more about getting the victory than anything else. They want to pad their win record like it's a sport. And it's not a sport because you're playing with people's lives.
Okay, well, I'm going to violate something. It says in the Bible the left hand should know what the right hand's doing, but I'm going to make a donation here.
That's good. Yeah. But so she's going to have a long time and a hard time and a heavy path pitting her life back to order. And even if she does sue, I don't know if she's going to be able to recover. For the prosecutors, she won't be able to give qualified immunity, but they might qualify immunity the whole thing.
In a situation like this, I don't think there should be qualified immunity, and in almost no situation.
Yeah, but these people, like also like Laura Colfer Taylor Sherman brought up, they want to destroy other people's lives just to get that W.
Yep.
And honestly, that's not why you should be a lawyer or be a member of the court. You should be it to see justice served. And what happened to Latoya was not justice. It was a miscarriage of justice. Sorry, I'm personally attached to this case. But yeah, I just wanted to do an update on what's going on with this case. If you can do me a favor, go ahead, like the video, share it out, comment down below on the replay gang. After it, always be sure to hype it up if you're watching this and we're not live. Go ahead and hype that video. It really does help with the algorithm. There's tons of ways to support the channel down below, but more importantly right now, hit that gifts and go before you do anything to support the channel. I think that's what is needed more than a couple bucks, right?
Yep.
Because we need, if the courts won't serve justice, we will by helping the people fight against unjust charges and help put their lives back together. But yeah, that is it. Someone was asking me, do I think if we get guidance right now? I don't think that we will get guidance today, but let's go ahead and get out of here. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you later. Thanks, Rich.
Oh yeah.
And see you guys later. Bye.